Hello everyone, we've got here a tricky modulus modulus function question. So it says figure 4 shows a sketch of a graph with the equation y is equal to the modulus of 2x minus 3k, where k is a positive constant. Sketch the graph with the equation y is equal to f of x, where f of x equals k minus the modulus of 2x minus 3k. Okay, so the first thing that I would do is with the function f of x that we've been asked to sketch, I would just change the order in which it's written, just because psychologically changing the order, I think, helps us to make sense of it a little bit more. So all I've done is I've started off by just, instead of writing it as k minus the modulus of 2x minus 3k, what I've done is just change the order in which they're written, and that just helps me a little bit to think about it. The reason it helps me is because I can see now I've got two transformations that have happened to my original function, the y equation. One, there's a minus in front here, which is going to be a reflection in the x-axis, and then secondly, there's going to be a translation by k units up in the positive y direction. So let's take those one step at a time. So first of all, if I had minus there like that, so that graph that I've drawn there would just be this. It would just be minus modulus of 2x minus 3k. So that's the first step. Then it gets translated up by k units. So it's going to move up like this, and it's going to end up looking like that. So that, when it's been translated by k as well, this one here that I'm going over now is our f of x. Okay, so that is what the f of x looks like, this one that I've just drawn here. Now, so that's like the kind of sketch of it. It's going to look like that. And it says we've got to state the coordinates of the maximum point and the coordinates of where it cuts the coordinate axes. So we need to know what's this coordinate, we need to know what this coordinate is, and we need to know what this coordinate is, and we need to know that one there. So quite a lot of information still to work out. Now let's think about our original graph and think about where the vertex was in the original graph here. So something cuts the x-axis when y is equal to 0. So let's go to the original equation in order to find out where it is that that happens. So when y is 0, we can just think of this as 2x minus 3k. So therefore we can say that 3k is equal to 2x. So we can say that x is equal to 3k over 2. So that is the original coordinate of the vertex. Before there were any transformations, the coordinate of the vertex of the graph was 3k over 2, 0. Now, when we do our reflections and our translation, when we reflect this in the x-axis to get this one here, the original graph, this point is invariant because it lies on the x-axis. So after the reflection, when we've got to this stage here, the coordinate is still that. But then it gets moved up by k, so that means that the coordinate of this particular point ends up being as 3 over 2k, and then it ends up as being 2. Okay, like that one there. So that's what happens when that one moves up like so. So we've got 3 over 2k, and then the whole thing, oops, no, it's not 2, is it? It's moved up by k. So that is k there, rather. So that's our coordinate there when the whole thing's moved up by k. So we've got 3 over 2k, and that is k. So that's the coordinate of that vertex. So that's that one done. Okay, next, let's consider where it crosses the y-axis. Okay, so in this function here, again, we're going to be saying something crosses the y-axis when x is equal to 0. Okay, so when x is equal to 0, what are we going to have? We're going to have that f of x is going to equal minus the modulus of nothing minus 3k plus k. Okay, so that's going to go to minus 3k. So because we remember the modulus makes it go positive, but then there's a minus in front. So we have minus 3k add k, so that is minus 2k. So we found out that the coordinate of this point here, where it intersects the y-axis, is going to be 0 is the x, and minus 2k there is going to be the y. So we've done that one, we've done that one, we've just got these two left to do. Now for those two coordinates that remain, we're going to take our f of x equation and we're going to solve it once with the modulus function positive and once with it negative. So we're going to say that k minus open bracket 2x minus 3k is equal to 0. So this is the solution that's going to come from when we imagine that the whole thing is positive. Okay, so let's see what we get when we solve that one. So when the whole thing is positive, we're going to have k minus 2x plus 3k equals 0, which is going to be 4k minus 2x equals 0, which is going to be 4k equals 2x, which is going to be x is equal to 2k. So that's one of our solutions. Now the next solution is going to come from when there's a minus in front of the modulus bracket. So that's going to be k minus, technically, it's going to be a minus open bracket 2x minus 3k, because what I've done there is I've imagined that we've solved it once with a plus in front of the bracket and once with a minus in front of the bracket. So this becomes k plus 2x, because two minuses come together there to make a plus. And then if that's positive there, then this will still be minus 3k there. And this equals 0 because we're trying to find where it cuts the x-axis. So this one gives me 2x minus 2k equals 0. In other words, 2x equals 2k. In other words, x is equal to k. So when I solve that. So we've now found the two coordinates of the points of intersection with the x-axis. So this one is k0, that one there, and this one here is 2k0. So that's how we've done that. Quite tricky, I think, but it is worth, let's have a look, it's worth 4 marks, that bit. But yeah, not the world's easiest thing, that one, I don't think. But I hope that was, hopefully that was explained clearly enough. Now let's look at part B. This one looks very intriguing as well. 4 marks, oh my goodness. Find in terms of k the set of values of x for which k minus the modulus of 2x minus 3k is greater than x minus k. So let's get a little bit of a sketch going here to help us with this. So we've just drawn our graph here and we know quite a bit about this, don't we? We know that that is k now, we know that that is 2k, we know that this is 3 over 2k here, and we know that that is minus 2k, if I remember correctly, yes. So we want to find out now, we've got a sketch on here, the graph of x minus k. Now the graph of x minus k is going to look like this. It's going to go through k there, and it's going to go through minus k there. Okay, so that's our graph of y is equal to x minus k. Because you can see we've got a y-intercept here of minus k, and we can see that when y is equal to 0, x equals k. And we're trying to find out where is the range of values where this graph here, the modulus function graph, is above the line that we've just drawn. So we're looking for the range of values in between here and here. Well, one of them we can see straight away is k. Just from the graph, we can see that that one there is k. But we need to find out where the other one is. So let's write down our equation. K minus the modulus of 2x minus 3k is equal to x minus k. Now remember, we solve it once with it positive and once with it negative. It's not immediately apparent which one of these is which, so let's just do let's just pick one and see whether it gives us, it's either going to give us that solution or it will give us this solution. So I'm just going to make it positive first of all. So I'm going to say, imagine that the modulus is positive, we would have this. Okay, let's see what happens when we solve this one now. So we're going to have k, oops, that's a curved bracket there, k minus 2x plus 3k equals x minus k. Notice the minus and the minus have made that go to a plus. So that is 4k there. 4k minus 2x equals x minus k. So bring the k over to the other side. That's giving me 5k minus 2x equals x. add the 2x over to the other side, so I get 5k is equal to 3x, so therefore x is equal to 5k over 3. So 5k over 3 is this other solution here. So if we were to bring that down to there, that would be 5k over 3, like that. If you want, just to show you that this one is in fact k, if in case, you know, we don't need to do this. It would be, there's no need to do what I'm about to do, because it's obvious that that is k, because this line is going to cut this axis at k, and we also know that we found out previously that this was k as well. So we do know that this point k is common to both. But just in the interest of completeness, let me just show you. So let's imagine we had a minus in front of that bracket. So it would be that minus minus curved bracket, and it would be 2x minus 3k like that is equal to x minus k. So that's going to become a plus, so that's going to become k plus 2x, and that's positive, so that's going to go to minus 3k equals x minus k. So now we've got k minus 3k is minus 2k plus 2x, so k minus 3k is minus 2k, there's our 2x equals x minus k. So now I add k over to this side, which is going to give, or rather, let's do it the other way, let's add 2k over to this side. So that gives me that 2x is equal to x plus k. Take x off the other side and you get x is equal to k. So you can see that the other solution is in fact x equals k. Now, we're asked for the range of values. So what we're basically saying is, that x is less than 5k over 3, but greater than k. That's the range of values for which this modulus function here, f of x, is above the line x minus k. So that's our range of values. However, that is not sufficient, because this question, and this is very, very common by the way, they're asking us to give this in set notation. Okay, now let's just have a look and see. There's various ways that we could write this, hopefully, which would be acceptable. So the mark scheme says, because this is one continuous region, we could write this as x is a member of the set of x is less than 5k over 3 but greater than k, where we would say that x is a member of the set of real numbers, and put a curved bracket around that. That would be acceptable. That's an okay way to write that. Okay, that's one answer that's all right. However, what would we say? We could say that it is going to be, what do we want it to be? We want it to be, an alternative way of writing this is, we could say that x is a member of the set of where x is less than 5k over 3. And remember, when we use the word and, we need to use intersection. X is a member of the set where x is greater than k. So that's an alternative way. So if I write or there, so you can either choose to write it as one continuous inequality like that, or you could write it as two separate inequalities, but as long as you've got the intersection there. Okay, because it has to be less than that and greater than that. Okay, if we had two separate regions and we were saying or, we would use union. Okay, so yeah, that is part B. Oh my goodness, we've not finished. There's more. Right, what a question. Part C. Find, in terms of k, the coordinates of the minimum point of the graph with that equation there. So let's start off with our original f of x. Now we know that f of x from earlier on in the question, this is part C now, we know that we had the coordinate 3 over 2k and we had k. So that was when we had f of x. The coordinate of the turning point was 3 over 2k, k, like that. So let's consider now, step by step the translations that need to happen. Again, as I've done previously, I'm going to rewrite this in a way that makes it more sense to me in terms of thinking about the translations that have happened. And I've chosen to write it back to front. Okay, so like here, this y is equal to 3 minus 5 times f of a half x. Like that, I've just kind of written it back to front. Okay, so now writing it like this, where should we get? Let's do this one first, okay? The brackets, thinking about, you know, the order of operations, BIDMAS. Now, there's all kinds of things, aren't there? If you're in America, I know it's called, there's some kind of version that begins with P to do with parentheses. And then if you're old-fashioned, it's more BODMAS, when they used to say order, but BIDMAS. So there's loads of variants of this, but it's just the order of operations. So first of all, I'm going to deal with this one first. So let's do f(1/2x). Now this is going to be a translation by scale factor 1/1/2, and 1/1/2 is 2. Okay, so 1/1/2 is going to be 2, so it's going to be stretched by scale factor 2 parallel to the x-axis. So that's going to change it into 3kk. So that's when we've got f(1/2 times f of x, okay? Right, let's now deal with the -5 times by f(1/2x). This is going to be a stretch by scale factor -5 parallel to the y-axis. So that means we're going to go 3k, and we're going to end up with -5k there, like so. Okay, so we've stretched it by scale factor -5 parallel to the y-axis. So therefore, instead of being k, it's now -5k there in the y. Right, we're getting there now, slowly, and then let's see what's going to happen next. What's going to happen next is now we have got to add 3. So we've now got -5 times f(1/2x) add 3, which is the same as the 3 minus 5 times f(1/2x). So we've got our x is still the same, it's still 3k, but we've now added 3 to this whole thing, so it's going to be -5k add 3, which we could write as 3k, and it would be 3 minus 5k, like that. So that is the final transformation of where it ends up to after all of those transformations. Okay, I know it's very long-winded. That's a long-winded, tricky question. Remember, if you're finding these videos useful, if you could remember to like and subscribe to the channel, that's going to really help me keep on making more videos moving forward. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.